Read more. 5 most intriguing signings of the January transfer window. ABERDEENIN. Greg Stewart, Birmingham City, loan out. Chris Forrester, Street. Patrick's Athletic. Jordan McGregor, Stirling Albion. Greg Tansey, Street. Mirren, Bruce Anderson, Dunfermline Athletic, loan. Mark Reynolds, Dundee United, loan. Scott Wright, Dundee, loan. The headline was Stewart picking Pittodrie over Rugby Park as he shunned Kilmarnock's offer to remain for the second half of the campaign to return to Aberdeen following a disappointing campaign in the North East last term. Max Lowe having his loan extended from Derby County was another bonus. McInnes didn't sign Stewart in the summer for whatever reasons. Gleason, Forrester were seen as better. Now he admits he up. No matter how some want to deny it, McInnes said he wanted another player. Where is he? Fine and dandy. AFC chat. We've signed one of the best players in the league, got Lowe back and held on to McKenna. Shipped out some of the dross and put a couple of our youngsters out to get some much-needed game time. Another attacking player yesterday would have been nice, but I'd rather we signed no one than loaned anyone from Celtic or brought in dross like Chitty or Barker from down south. Nam. AFC chat. CELTICIN. Bakon Sufbeo. Dunajska Strate. £2 million. Marianne Shved. Karpati Lviv. £1.75 million. Andrew Goodman. Indiana Hoosiers. Manny Perez. North Carolina State Wolfpack. Oliver Burke. West Bromwich Albion, loan. Jeremy Toljan. Borussia Dortmund, loan. Timothy Weah. Paris Saint Germain, loan out. Jack Aitchison, Alloa Athletic, loan. Andrew Goodman, Nashville SC, loan. Calvin Miller, Ayr United, loan. Lewis Morgan, Sunderland, loan. Yusuf Mulambu, Kilmarnock, loan. Manny Perez, North Carolina FC. Marianne Shved, Karpati Lviv, loan. The reigning champions fixed their lack of attacking options early in the window with Bayo, Burke and Weah all recruited within the first few days. It took a while, but they finally got their other pressing needs sorted, i.e. a right back, on the final day of the window with Toljan joining from Dortmund on loan. Odd window. Yes, we have come out of it stronger than we went in, however, we have given ourselves a massive job in the summer. A whole new defense will be required and that will need to be sorted within the first weeks of June, in time for our qualifiers. I know people don't like reading this, but the window screams short-term patch-ups. Which makes me think the board know the manager won't be here come August. Dazaboy 67, Caredale Street. Much stronger after the window closed than when it opened, so delighted with that. More than enough to pull away and make 8 in a row a formality. The 4 we have brought in for the first team look to be good pieces of business. No judgment yet on Bayo or Toljan. Toljan though seems to have a bit of pedigree. Weah, and Burke especially, have hit the ground running, so that bodes well. Ronnie _is_not_da_man, Caredale Street, DUNDEIN, Craig Curran, Dundee United, Andrew Davies, Hartlepool United, Andreas Adenius, Helmstead, loan. James Horsfield, Scunthorpe United, loan. Andrew Nelson, Sunderland, Andy Dales, Scunthorpe United, loan. Senny de Jong, Queen's Park Rangers, loan. Brian McGowan, Bradford City, loan. John O'Sullivan, Blackpool, loan. Ethan Robson, Sunderland, loan. Scott Wright, Aberdeen, loan out. Glenn Kamara, Rangers, £100,000. Marcus Haber, Pacific FC, Adel Nabi, OFI Crete. Lewis Spence, Ross County. Matty Henvey, Cowden Beef, loan. Andy Boyle, Preston North End, end of loan. Brian Innes, Crystal Palace, end of loan. Benjamin Coleman, Inter Turku, end of loan. Calvin Miller, Celtic, end of loan. Rory Deacon, Carl Madding, Jean Alassane Mendy, Sofian Musa, Elton Nguadalate. D's recruited 11 players across the window with a further 14 going out. Manager Jim McIntyre, unlike one of Dundee's rivals in the relegation battle, opted for a more British feel with all but one of the new signings having experience of playing in this country. I think McIntyre has done brilliantly over the last month. A complete overhaul of the first team, with names we've actually heard of, makes me think JM might just save us. Moving on, Mendy, Elton, Carl, Musa, Deacon, Boyle, C. Miller, Nabi and Innes, some I think still had 18 months on their contract, must have been made McCann absolutely cringe. His entire rebuild lasted only 6 months. JM and the board have been very shrewd by using loan players, as relegation is still very much a strong possibility. Let's hope the mixture of loanies are proud to pull on the dark blue and gel quickly. DFC 1974, Dark Blues, HAMILTONIN, Steve Davies, Blackpool, George Oakley, Inverness Caledonian Thistle, Tony Andreu, Coventry City, loan, David McMillan, Street. Johnston, loan, out, Rakish Bingham, Cheltenham Town, Mason Bloomfield, Norwich City, end of loan, Frederick Brewstad, Mould, end of loan, Sam Kelly, Kieran Monlouis, Jan Mucha, Aaron Smith. It was all about addressing problems in attack for Hamilton over the window. They signed 4 players in total, 3 of whom are forwards, while returning hero Andreu is an attacking midfielder. The Frenchman arrived earlier in the month under previous boss Martin Canning, as did Davies, while McMillan and Oakley joined on deadline day following the unveiling of new manager Brian Rice. Now the dust has settled. I had a look at the SPFL website. Both Dundee and St Mirren have been the most active in the Premiership, with both making 11 signings. They also cleared out quite a few. Dundee lost Glenn Kamara to Rangers after a fee was secured for the rest of the season, so that's a bonus for us. St Mirren seem to have been focusing on the Eastern European market for quite a few of their signings. A huge influx does not necessarily mean success, as we saw with our summer signings, plus their managers have got to figure out quickly who they want to play. We on the other hand made the best signing in Rice, Terracing Thomas, Assie's World, HEARTSIN, David Van Essek, Teplist, Connor Shaughnessy, Leeds United, loan, out, Danny Amakwa, Sonderjski, Anthony McDonald, Inverness Caledonian Thistle, loan, Jimmy Dunn, Burnley, end of loan. A quiet month for the Jambos. When it was revealed that Dunn would not be returning for the second half of the season, he was quickly replaced by Shaughnessy, while Van Essek completed his long-awaited transfer after agreeing a pre-contract in the summer. Think Craig Lovin is right, we don't need any more players until some go in the summer. We've still got Uche, Ekpizu, Peter, Herring and Jamie Brandon to come back from injury, and the likes of Ben Garuccio and Jambo Soldier, Clevid D. Kimona, not even stripped last game. If anything, squad too big at the moment. Selkirk HMFC 1874, Jambos Kickbach, HIBSIN, Gale Bigramonat Motherwell, Ryan Gauld, Sporting Lisbon, loan, Darnell Johnson, Leicester City, loan, Mark McNulty, Reading, loan, Stefano Munga, Genoa, loan, out, Carolampos Mavrias, Ammonia Nicosia, Ross Laidlaw, Dundee United, loan, Emerson Hintman, Bournemouth, end of loan, Jamie McLaren, SV Darmstadt 98, end of loan, FA Ambrosia. Tumultuous January window saw manager Neil Lennon leave the club after a rumored training ground bust-up, which was later strenuously denied by the club. Despite not having a new boss installed before the window closed, Hibs were still able to add 3 new signings on deadline in Bigramonat, McNulty and Johnson. McNulty is a great signing. Gauld looks good and not seen enough of Omunga yet, and the rest are uninspiring. Difficult under the circumstances of last week, or so I understand, but the squad is still ridiculously thin and we are only 1 or 2 injuries in defense and attack away from a shambles. Also, a huge rebuilding job required in the summer for the new boss, King FA. Hibs.net, don't get all the drama on here at all. We made 3 decent signings yesterday. Not bad going with no manager. The last week has been a poor one for us. At least we've bolstered a few key areas. We just need our luck to improve a bit with injuries, but I think this squad under a manager who knows how to pick a team can get us top 6 and hopefully a good cup run. Hopefully the Lennon bingo days of team selections are over. Border Hibby 76, Hibs.net, KILMARNOCKIN, Alex Bruce, Wigan Athletic, Connor McAlhenney, Fleetwood Town, loan, Liam Miller, Kilmarnock, loan, Yusuf Mulambu, Celtic, loan, out, Jack Byrne, Shamrock Rovers, Greg Kilty, Greenock Morton, loan, Ian Wilson, Queen of the South, loan, Bright Enabakar, Wolverhampton Wanderers, end of loan, Greg Stewart, Birmingham City, end of loan. After the hammer blow of losing Stewart at the beginning of the window, Killy fans were given a welcome treat late on deadline day when it was revealed that Mulambu, last season's talisman, would be returning from Celtic on loan. I love this club. Wow, what a roller coaster we have been through this month. So proud of the players performing against all odds and doing Rangers. These signings are showing real intent. This next 4/5 of a month are gonna be fun. Get involved and watch us fly. This is how it feels to be Killy, Solly Cooley 93, Killy Kickback, tremendous January transfer window, bringing in an experienced defender, central midfielder, and a couple of creative attacking options. However, as good as these signings are, I think holding on to Sod, Findlay, Taylor, Power and Brophy in this window are just as important. We now have at least 2 players for every position, and this is the strongest squad I can ever remember at Killy in 30 years of following them. Morgan the Monk, Killy Kickback, Livingston, Lyndon Dykes, Queen of the South, Chris Erskine, Partick Thistle, Hakeem O'Doffin, Northampton Town, Greg Wild, Plymouth Argyle, Ciaran Brown, Cardiff City, loan, out, Stephen Saunders, Partick Thistle, Nicky Cadden, Ayr United, loan, Lyndon Dykes, Queen of the South, loan, Jack Hamilton, Alloa Athletic, loan, Matthew Knox, Berwick Rangers, loan, Jack McMillan, Partick Thistle, loan, Hank Van Schaik, Dumbarton, loan, Bobby Burns, Heart of Midlothian, end of loan, Egli Kaya, AFC Wimbledon, end of loan. Erskine was the headline signing after he moved from Partick Thistle, but even then a lot of the media talk centered around his exit from Firhill rather than about what he could bring to the Tony Macaroni Arena. The best news for Livingston supporters was that they made it through the month without any of their standout centre-backs, Craig Halkett, Declan Gallagher and Alan Lithgow. Moving on, looks like the transfer business in Jan was more to do with next season rather than boosting us for this season, although managing to keep all our key players is a fantastic bit of work. Also good to see we're looking ahead to next season, not having to make a lot of changes to the squad all at the one time. All these Jan signings and the ones being put on loan to get game time will be well bedded in and ready to get going when the new season starts. It's seeing us being proactive and not reactive, thinking ahead of the game. Livy forever, Livy room, Motherwellin, G Boliera Yibi, Nottingham Forest, loan, Ross McCormick, Aston Villa, loan, out, Gail Biggermonat, Hibernian, Ryan Bowman, Exeter City, Ross McLean, Falkirk, Andy Rose, Vancouver Whitecaps, Barry McGuire, Queen of the South, loan, George Newell, Albion Rovers, loan, Aaron Taylor Sinclair, Crew Alexandra, loan. Motherwell focused on adding to their attack and trimming away some of the fat around the squad. The Steelmen remain a bit thin at fullback both positions, with the right-footed Richard Tate often having to operate on the left. However, the big news of the deadline was rising star David Turnbull committing his future to the club. Overall a very good window for us, but a strange one in that more players left than arrived. Still, the highlight for me was securing David Turnbull on a 2-year deal. Ideally I'd have liked to move on Curtis, Main and Connor Salmon also, but that's perhaps being greedy. Guy may be a nice guy, but he just failed to perform on the field, and for once we have a number of attacking midfielders already playing like Turnbull and Jake Hasty. We're just waiting to burst through. K. McAlpin, Steelman Online, RANGERSIN, Glenn Kamara, Dundee, £100,000, Andy Firth, Barrow, Matt Polster, Chicago Fire, Stephen Davis, Southampton, loan, Jermaine Defoe, Bournemouth, loan, out, Jamie Barhonas, Wraith Rovers, loan, Miles Bierman, Gzira United, loan, Eduardo Herrera, Necaxa, loan, Jordan Rossiter, Barry, loan, Ovia Jaya, Liverpool, end of loan, Umar Sadiq Roma, end of loan. Defoe and Davis were 2 marquee signings made near the beginning of the month, a real statement of intent from the Light Blues as they hope to challenge rivals Celtic in the title race. Firth, Polster and Kamara, late on deadline day, were all added later in the month with an eye on the future. It wasn't an especially shiny window, but it was sensible. Good additions to the squad, didn't lose anyone important. Unlike the MHOB, I don't really care if anyone bid for James Tavernier and Alfredo Morelos. Don't need to justify their quality by someone else wanting them. In a position now to push on for 55, Rupert de Boer, follow. Excellent window in terms of players in, slightly disappointed in players going the other direction. Still a lot of deadwood hanging on to their Rangers careers and a lot of players out on loan. Wallace, Pena, Herrera, Holt, Anik, to name a few. Appreciate some are away on loan, but would have been good to clear them off the books altogether, but I guess you can only get rid of if someone wants them. C9 Gran 1, follow, St. Johnston, Michael O'Halloran, Melbourne City, Cammy Bell, Partick Thistle, loan, Sean Goss, Queen's Park Rangers, loan, Niall Keown, Partick Thistle. loan, out, Greg Hurst, Stenhouse Muir, Stefan Skugel, Carlisle United, Stephen Anderson, Partick Thistle, loan, Kyle McLean, Linfield, loan, David McMillan, Hamilton Academical, loan, Connor Mitchell, Burnley, end of loan, Tristan Idham, Ipswich Town, end of loan. Saints made waves on deadline day with the signing of Goss, who played for Rangers last season. The technically astute midfielder will give Tommy Wright's side a different option. The loss of Wright to season-ending injury has now been eased, with fellow right-wing speedster O'Halloran rejoining the Perth club for a third time. Bell for Mitchell, Keown for Anderson, Goss for Nidham, O'Halloran for Skugel, Hendry for McMillan. Decent enough for a winter window, I'd say. Keown, Anderson and Hendry. McMillan may be the ones we've come off worse with, but if Goss is as good as people are saying, we can be very happy with that. Random guy. We are Perth. St. Mirren, Václav Hladký, Slovan Liberec, Mateo Muzic, Shakhtar Karagandy, Greg Tansey, Aberdeen, Loreniu Corpu, Dinamo Bucharest, loan, Anders Dyer, Brighton. 11 players signed and 13 shipped out over the course of the month. Unlike Dundee, the Buddies were willing to take a gamble with a few more foreign names. They'll be hoping these guys can quickly adjust to Scottish football and hit the ground running as they currently prop up the Ladbrokes Premiership table. I'm as I was yesterday. Calm, hopeful, excited but cautious. I hope our gamble pays off. The signing policy can be judged in May when we know if we've achieved our goal. If we've achieved our goal, then as I said, I'll be first on here to eat humble pie. Or on Carney, and Gus McPherson will have well earned the trust of the whole fan base by that point. Well, most. I was reading the BBC Sport article where Carney said Nazen was the striker we had been crying out for. Couldn't help but get very painful flashbacks to Stefan Behoken, W6 Street, Black and White Army. Not sure at all where all this well-done management stuff is coming from. This looks to me like a lot of hopeful random puns cobbled together at the end of the window. Has Gus been out to scout these guys, or have they been brought in on the basis of some YouTube videos? The second lad from Dinamo Bucharest presumably here after a last-minute suggestion from his mate. Obviously, I hope these guys have a storming half-season with us. But why are so many trying to delude themselves by suggesting there was some form of strategic planning and execution behind this random jumble of signings? Kemp, Black and White Army, thanks to Neris Topoker for collating this comprehensive list of signings. The website is a tremendous resource for Scottish football fanatics and can be viewed here.